Cheers, Paul. How are you, mate?
Can't sound off, Luke. At least any swearing on it.
If you hold it for about 5 minutes, you should be fine.
Yeah. Hold up, Heanor.
So we're here at Quorn, where Heanor Town have just won 2-1 with goals coming from Kieran De Brouwer and Jay Cooper. With me, I've got manager Glenn Clarence and assistant manager Steve Huntington. Steve, today we've gone a goal down. We've done what we do best, pulled it round, shown what we're about. Then second half, we've had to show that discipline that we've spoke about a lot the last few weeks. What do you feel about today's game?
Delighted with the performance, Tony. I thought we were excellent today. I think that the goal we conceded was a bit sloppy, but we couldn't really settle into the game. The referee made it difficult for us to settle in the first 10 minutes. I'm not blaming him, but we just couldn't get going for one reason or another. But once we got over that, I thought we were outstanding all over the park. We moved the ball when we had opportunities. We dug in, like you say, we defended. The kids got sent off, Fozzie. It's never a red card. He slipped, and everybody knows he slipped, but I think that sums up the performance of the officials today. And then when we needed to dig in at the end for the last 10-15 minutes, we've done that, and I think that's what we've got to be about. We've talked about that before. We said that we'd come up in situations where we'd have to do that. And if we're being honest, other than the strike that hit the post, which was a bit lucky that they got that, they've not created anything in that last 10-15 minutes, despite having all of the ball. So I thought the lads were spot on, brilliant.
Glenn, like Steve said, there was 15-ish minutes at the end. With added time, it was nearly 20. Have we shown that? I know we've had to do it. It's the third time this season where we've had someone sent off through one thing or another. But is that something that Heanor Town Football Club's about this season, having to show that discipline to see out the result?
It's not just this season, Tony. I've just said to a couple of individuals who I think deserved it, and it wasn't about individuals today, because I'll allude to that later on. But I said to Keano and Nicole, that was up there with the Alfreton performance, as in 2 banks of 4 and working hard for each other, and also the Retford performance last season or season before, can't remember. Obviously couldn't say that to Nick because he was the one who got sent off. It's very rarely I tell people what we're saying in changing rooms, but I don't mind saying it today. Simple for me. The negatives are we've played 7 games, we've had 3 red cards in 7 games. That's got to stop. And yes, I don't think maybe 2 of them were red cards, but the facts are the red cards were shown and we've had to graft again with 10 men to get a result. So that has got to stop in the long run. Another negative is that we can play like that with 10 men, and then sometimes we go out and don't put a shift in, don't do good habits, don't work hard with 11 men, and then we go down to 10 men in 2 or 3 games or too many games and show what we can do. They're the negatives. The positives are that we are top of the league today, and we are top of the league simply because we've just done again what we've done in those previous games. Absolutely different class from every single person who wore the shirt today. Grafted their arse off all day long and deservedly got 3 points and are deservedly top of the league.
Brilliant. Steve, I know you look at a lot of stuff from the coaching perspective. I know maybe you're not there on the touchline sometimes, you'll sit back and watch players. Are we starting to see in the second, third week of September, are we starting to see them partnerships? Are we starting to see players understanding where they're going to be? Is that what's coming good for us?
I don't just think it's the partnerships. I think that is right. You know, Chris and Fozzie's gone in together in centre midfield today when we got the injury to Adi, and then Nick's played with Regan, so they haven't really played together, either of those two parents. I think what you find and what hopefully you're seeing on the sideline from the supporters' perspective is that understanding of the roles, understanding of the shape, the discipline, and you know the togetherness that you need to go away from home and win games in this league, and hopefully people see that. You know, it's easy to say just go and defend, but the reason why we do train and the reason why we have those drills that we do is for times like this, so you can say, right, you can have the ball for 20 minutes, but what are you going to do with it? Can we sit there and can we stop you scoring? And like I say, you know, I'm not often one for overly giving praise, but I thought they were fantastic today. Really pleased with them.
Excellent. And on to fantastic football. Tuesday night, Glenn, we've got Brockton coming to the town ground. First meeting between the teams, as far as I'm aware. A side that finished around mid-table last season. What are we expecting from our squad again?
It's a cliche to say take one game at a time, Tony, but obviously we need to take one game at a time. But like I've said it to you, I've said it in the changing room, we've said it to you, we've said it in the changing room, that it's about us. And if we sort the indiscipline out regards getting players sent off, and then sort the discipline regards doing your job and working hard for the team for 90 minutes, our talent will shine through. And again, two talented lads have scored two very good goals today. Yes, they have, but then again, every single player inside is backed against the wall and grafted. So yes, one game at a time, but in the long run, if we can do that week in, week out, there's not many teams that will be able to compete with us. But we have to do that. It's about us. Equally, as much as we can win games, we can lose games by not doing that. So on to Tuesday.
Excellent. Thank you both for your time.
Thank you.
Some race to start,